Irreverent, entertaining, cool. You're listening to LA Talk Radio.
You're listening to Reza Riffs with Keith Reza and Alan Lee, right here on LA Talk Radio.
Alright guys, welcome to the show. Alan Lee, he bailed, but I'm here with our guest tonight, the really funny Jeremy McKiernan. Did I say
Yes,
that?
you said it right. Hello, I'm Jeremy McKiernan.
McKiernan.
Keith has messed up my name about 100 times.
This weekend at the Irvine Improv.
And I think that was the closest he's been, so it's great.
Oh, awesome. Did I at least get it right when you did the set for your dad?
You did, yes.
Alright, that's the most important set then.
So he just did a set. Oh,
there's my fries.
Fries?
You're on podcast right now. Say hi.
Hey, guys.
Hey, this is the guy from the Irvine Improv.
Thanks, man.
So, Jeremy, I met you yesterday, and it's the first time, and I don't know, I feel I just instantly bonded with you.
Yeah,
like,
man.
I feel like good energy, you know. I felt like, you know, first time meeting you, I felt like I've known you for a long time.
Yeah.
Does that
you
make
look
sense?
familiar, too.
Oh, thanks. I get the kid from 2.5 Men a lot.
No, not him. Someone I don't know.
Yeah, his name's Angus. That was Angus T. Jones.
Isn't he Mexican?
No, he's white, but he's like a pure Christian guy. Have some fries if you want some fries.
Oh, I'm thinking of the kid from the Modern Family. That's the Mexican kid.
Oh yeah. Does that show have an autistic character on it, or is that Community? One of them just brought in an autistic.
Well, I would say probably isn't everyone from Big Bang?
Yeah, that's true, huh?
Or at least the main dude,
Yeah,
Sheldon, old Sheldon.
Yeah. That's the funniest show. Because
It's the biggest show.
It is. I think it's isn't it done though?
It's the last season right now, and then they renamed the
Young Sheldon or something.
they renamed the stage the Big Bang stage.
Oh really?
That's the type of stuff you'll hear on the Warner Brothers tour.
Oh.
Very fascinating, yeah. I used to work there
Yeah? What'd you do
at
there?
Warner Brothers as a writer's assistant on The Connors.
And you were telling me you're not sure if you want to go back.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
I just want to do stand-up for a while, you know?
yeah. Well, you're opening up for Norm Macdonald this weekend.
Yep.
So
Just did that.
That Norm's the best comedian in the world, so that's pretty good because when Norm mentors me, I'm sure he gives you the exact same mentorship. So does it?
Yeah, he's really generous.
Yeah.
Although I don't know, I was telling you that before. I just felt like I had a weird, not great set in front. And my dad was here. My dad was in the audience. He's from Orange County.
Yeah.
I've been nervous all day because of my dad. You know.
Yeah. Did
your parents watch you do it?
My family, when I started, they weren't very supportive.
As in, they're like, don't do this.
Yeah.
Really?
Because they said that, as you know, I have autism, and I always got picked on in school and stuff. So when I started stand-up, how I started stand-up was I went to an open mic and I did the funniest joke night, and I won that.
Nice.
So I remember the feeling was awesome that I wanted to do it forever. My family was like, you get beat up and laughed at and humiliated at school. That's exactly what's going to happen here.
They're probably right too.
Yeah, and they
at least a little bit. But it's
were.
not a bad thing.
Yeah.
So your parents kind of coddle you a little bit, or?
Yeah, a little.
Yeah. Wait, let me ask one more question. What do your parents do? Just not specifically, but basically.
I dropped a French fry. My mom is a lawyer.
Well,
So she has the stress of lawyers in her blood. She wanted me to be a lawyer, but I couldn't be a lawyer, you know what I mean? Because
I heard some interesting theory once about parents and what they want their kids to be. Something like if they were like, a factory worker, they want their kid to be a businessman. And if their kid's a businessman, then they want their kid to be like a lawyer or a doctor, like something better, right?
Yeah.
And that if they're a lawyer or a doctor, I think they want their kid to be a creative because they never got to do that, whatever that would be. And then if they're if they're creative and they have a kid, then they want their kid to be whatever they want to do.
Yeah.
So either creative, lawyer,
Well,
factory worker, whatever.
Well,
So my dad, he's a entrepreneur, so he's a pretty creative guy.
Uh-huh.
So he never pushed me one way or the other. He never pushed me to do creative stuff, and he never pushed me to do lawyer type stuff, doctor stuff. So I would say he's very like hands-off, laissez-faire, supportive, you know?
Yeah.
Which is great, I think.
Yeah. Well, don't be bummed out because I thought you did great. And
Thanks, man.
you
It's
know,
probably those bankers. There's all these bankers here.
Yeah.
Bunch of old bank ladies, bank tellers.
Yeah.
I don't think that's my crowd. There's a lot of gasps, you know?
But you know what? Here's why you shouldn't be bummed out. Because one, you're doing something you love, and you loved him, and you did it in front of him. So
That's true.
Either way, he's proud of
It's just
you.
unfortunate because I feel like the two last night were better than that one. You know what I mean?
Dude, how can you?
I don't know how I quantify. I just felt it.
Yeah.
I felt it
You
the
felt
first
the
few
energy?
minutes. Yeah, I felt the energy and maybe
Yeah. I will tell you one thing. I felt you did great, and I know that your dad is proud of you.
All right, thanks, man.
You know?
Well, you don't know for sure.
No, I know. Well, we're gonna get him on the podcast after
Oh
this.
God.
We're gonna put him on the spot.
He's a ham.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Is that his last name?
No.
Wink.
Wait, can you pronounce it?
What's his last name?
You know-
McKiernan.
No,
McKiernan.
McKiernan.
Yeah, McKiernan. But no. So my dad's a janitor, and when my grandfather
Janitor lawyer?
Yeah.
Wow.
And when my grandfather was alive, he was very supportive of my comedy. He went to all.
Your grandfather?
Yeah, he went with me to open mics. Like, he was very supportive. And I think when he died, that's when my dad became supportive.
Mm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that whole was because at the beginning he wasn't, and now he is.
That's great.
You know? And my favorite comic's always been Norm, and the fact that, you know, since I was a kid, I always wanted to go on the road and open for him, and the fact that, you know, I do, that helps. Like, okay, I accomplished a dream. And then Pop, my grandfather, his favorite comic was Bobby Slayton.
Yeah.
And, you know, he died, and then I opened up for Bobby Slayton.
Wow.
So Pop saw me open up for Slayton in heaven. You know what I mean? But I'm sure if he would have saw me do it live, he would have been much more proud.
Yeah.
You know, because he would have been alive.
Yeah, definitely. Well, you would have known.
Yeah. But you do a writer's assistant, and you were telling me that you take the scripts and you just fill in the blanks. Like, what do you?
Well, no.
Like, that would be
well,
writing credit.
That would be
right?
writing.
Yeah.
No, it's more like it's not that interesting work. You're in the room and you're what they're saying, you're dictating, you're putting it down. So if they're working on the script, they'll say, "Hey, Darlene says get out of the kitchen," and you just type that. That's what I meant.
Oh, okay.
You're like in the
Yeah.
It's kind of like the stenographer
At a court.
at a courtroom, yeah.
Right.
Except you don't have that cool keyboard; you just have a regular one.
Now
Have you seen those cool keyboards?
No. They used to be typewriters.
But they're like these weird things where they like push things down in chunks. So I think like they do one chunk and it's like ST or like it like makes it quicker.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Do you ever think that one would be like the hardest job though, especially if like
Yeah.
they're talking way too fast? So you'd be like, wait. Did he just say he admitted to go? Like, I'd be raising my hand in front of a courtroom.
It's on the record, yeah. I mean, what do you do if it's wrong?
Yeah.
Who could tell if it's wrong?
That's what I'm saying.
Why don't they just record it?
Yeah. Like on a video. Like on a tape recorder.
Yeah.
But who does tape recorders
You're
nowadays?
sure not allowed to.
In a courtroom? Why
I mean,
not?
they gotta draw you, you know?
They do draw you. Why do they do that?
Because they don't allow cameras, I guess. I don't know.
Oh, that's pretty smart.
Except sometimes they do, but who knows?
Like OJ.
It's weird. Like, why do they do it sometimes and not other times?
Yeah, I think the big celebrity profiles, they allow it to do it. So you don't know if you're going to go back to the Connors, or you're going to like try and get a writing job, an actual writing job, because
I think that's the plan. Yes.
Because your jokes are really good, smartly written.
Oh, thanks.
So I think like that would really do good on a sitcom. Those jokes.
Yeah. The problem is so many shows are horrible.
Yeah.
So it's like even if you get to write on one, it's like you're writing on a horrible show.
But at least you could
Maybe that's
either
just
make
me
it
being pessimistic. But yes, I
better
would.
or worse.
At least I'm making it better or worse.
Yeah. Right?
Why would you want to make it worse?
No, but if they're already a bad show. You know what show you should write for?
Which one?
Veronica Mars.
Whoa, is that a kid show?
No, it's a detective show.
Uh-huh.
And it has Kristen Bell.
Oh,
Or
she's
Kristen
great.
Bell. Or am I saying her?
Kristen?
Kristen Bell. She's blonde and white.
Yep.
Yeah.
Blonde, usually they're blonde and white.
Yeah. But it's her show. It's a funny show.
Uh-huh.
And your jokes would fit in that type of show.
I'll call him up tomorrow.
Do it.
No, but I would like to write a show. It's just hard, but maybe it'll happen.
You and I should write a show together. We could
Alright.
call it Make Dad Laugh.
Make Daddy laugh.
Nah.
My dad used to come to a bunch of improv shows. Actually, he heckled me one. The first stand-up show I brought him to, he heckled me. It was a very sparsely attended show in Flappers. Have you heard of Flappers?
In Burbank or Claremont?
In Burbank. It was it was like a glorified
Yoo-hoo
bringer
room?
show.
Yeah.
It was a main room. It was like a competition, whatever.
Uncle Clyde's.
Uncle fucking Clyde's, yeah.
Right. And if you won, they gave you a basket of fries
With one chicken wing in it.
with one chicken wing. But
Yeah.
we have fries right here.
Yeah. We don't win shit.
We won the spirit of laughter.
I guess so.
Think
But
about
yeah,
it.
my dad was there, and
Yeah.
I just remember he heckled me or he yelled something out.
What
And
did
I
he-
just remember it really threw me off.
What did he yell?
Like, yeah, or something stupid.
Yeah.
Or like, it actually wasn't even that unoffensive. It was, I remember what it was. I was talking about being from Boston, and he called me a mass hole. But he put a twist on it, so he said, Massholian.
Yeah.
So it sounded really strange, like a word that didn't make sense, which is the worst type of heckle when it's inaudible. I find.
Yeah.
Because then it's confused, and everyone's just thinking, what did they say? And then it's like decipher it, and so I was like, that's my dad. And that probably got the biggest laugh, which is not a good sign.
My biological father heckled me once when I went to go visit him. I did a set at the Mall of America, and I was bombing hard. To be fair, there's only 4 people in the audience because it was snowing.
So you do sets in the mall, like in the lobby?
Yeah, the Mall in America, there's a comedy club in the mall.
Oh, okay.
So
Cool.
it's called Mall. So anyways, I was bombing hard, and I'm not getting any laughs, and my dad's like, "That's my boy."
Oh, no.
And like it was meant to be supportive, but it was just so funny.
It sounds sarcastic.
Was it?
Well, if you weren't doing well, right?
I think he was just proud because I was doing comedy.
Oh, okay.
But maybe he was being sarcastic. I can't tell.
It's all context, right?
Yeah. And I'm sure, I'm telling the story way
Yeah.
high pitched too. I don't know.
If you were like, man, that didn't work. That's my boy.
Yeah, but I remember that. I remember when he said that, the 4 people laughed. So maybe my dad's funnier than me.
Maybe.
And I didn't realize it.
Is your dad funny?
I mean, no, I guess. I don't know.
My therapist keeps saying I'm not funny.
Oh, really?
And it really hurts, my feelings.
Yeah. Why?
And it's this weird thing where he keeps saying it. I don't really know why he's saying it. But he's like, you're not funny,
You know what
He's like, maybe you're on stage, but I don't know.
No, you know what my therapist said to me once? Don't pull the trigger. I want to see you next week.
That's nice.
It's like, wait, why would you say something like that? You know what I mean?
Because he likes you.
Yeah, but like that's a slogan. He's like,
You say that to everyone.
yeah. It's nice to have a slogan when you're a therapist.
Yeah. I mean, mine repeats the same shit all the time.
Yeah.
All the time. So he must say that to everyone. I mean, I must have heard him say the same little anecdotes and advice like dozens of times.
There's a
I'm
comic.
loyal though. I'm never gonna like. People are like, "Oh, get a new one," but I'm like, I don't know. I've had them for a year. I don't. I'm like loyal to a fault. I feel like.
Well, it's also hard to find a good therapist who understands you, especially in today's age.
Maybe
Yeah.
I've just had the one.
Yeah. There's a comic named Angelo Bowers. He's dead, but he had the greatest therapist joke.
Yeah.
His joke was, I quit seeing my therapist because ever since he stopped molesting me, there's nothing to talk about.
That's funny.
It was a great joke, man.
Mine's also, he keeps calling me a cunt. And he's Irish, like he's from Ireland. But
Oh.
it's a little jarring, you know? It's like, you don't want to be the cunt at work all the time, moping around like a cunt. I'm like, yeah, I guess I don't. It's so weird, right?
And then back in your mind, you think, does he even know what a cunt is?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, I guess it just means asshole
In Ireland.
in Irish, yeah.
Yeah, something like that.
It's less. I mean, it's a very jarring word here
Yeah.
in any context.
Yeah.
But he just throws it around willy nilly.
So you've been doing stand-up for 5 years, and
Yeah.
but
well,
you've done
maybe
improv.
more. I've had those weird. I wish I could just give a fucking answer.
Right.
I guess 5 years. I mean, I first moved out to LA when I'm 32 now. I first moved out to LA when I was 24, did stand up, but then stopped it, but then only did it for like a few weeks, so I don't really count that, you know.
You're right.
And I just
But
started
you're
doing
not-
improv.
And which one do you like better? Like,
Oh, I love stand up more. Improv was. I feel like I wasted a ton of time doing it.
really?
Yeah.
That surprised me because I think you're a great stand-up, but I also get a feeling that you're a great improver guy too.
I feel like I was pretty good at it. I think though sometimes it does help with stand up. You know, you could sort of, it's like the same skills, but not enough to make it worth spending thousands of dollars a year and
For guys who
Doing
you
all
don't even
these
know if
corny-
their credits are real, right?
exactly. It's just like the teachers are all depressed because they're teachers and not on SNL, and it's just this weird culty sort of.
When I was with
Thing.
the Groundlings, my teacher was like that too. He was like very
A lot of bitter teachers.
Bitter
Yeah,
for not
not
being-
all of them, but a lot. There's a lot. And
he would be like, if you want to be one of the regulars in the Groundlings, you got to be the best. And clearly,
Yeah.
I wasn't.
they're
It's like-
very intense.
Yeah.
But I kind of like how they take it so seriously.
No, you got it.
They sit down with you. I've had friends of mine that were in the took the groundlings classes, and they would straight up say like, "This is not for you."
To you?
No, they never said it to me,
Oh.
but to friends of mine, "This is not for you." Like, fuck, that hurts. You don't want my money?
Yeah, that's what every single girl I've ever had said.
Oh god.
They're like,
And then you said, "You don't want my money?"
they're like, vagina's just not for you.
"Oh god."
I was like, oh. I was like, but I like it.
Have you heard of incels?
No, what's incels?
You haven't heard of that?
Uh-uh.
I'm obsessed with it. It's called involuntary celibate. It means someone that can't get laid. I'm not doing a good job describing. Hold on.
I probably have incels on.
You might have incel disease. But it's like I don't know if it's a movement. It's basically, it's just guys becoming aware that it's unfair, and that there's some men that are just born either not good looking enough or charming, or they don't have what it takes to easily get women, right?
Right.
So they're on like a forum, and they sort of just vent about their problems.
Okay.
And they do experiments on Tinder. They'll have like a male model and see how easy it is. And then they'll have a picture of like
Guys like
one
you
of the
and me.
really ugly guys, yeah. And then they'll just show that they like can't get shit.
Yeah.
And that they're saying that now with Tinder and social media and stuff, it's and feminism and people not really getting as married as much, especially in LA, not having kids as much, people or girls and guys being a little more promiscuous in their youth to as they get older. Like, so all that is making it that the incels are falling even further down, and that like the really like ladies man guys are just like fucking everything.
Yeah. That
It's
makes
fascinating.
sense. It's fascinating. I wish I
But
was
people,
that
the
guy.
problem is, you talk about it, so like, oh well, they're like, because one guy like killed some people, so everyone when you say it,
Like
they
that
think,
Dear
they think
John
like
guy.
Was that it?
Do you remember that they just made a TV show with Eric Bana, where he met this Newport Beach girl? It's like
Dirty John?
Dirty John.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like the only way he got that girl is because he's a good-looking dude.
Yep.
And then he was a maniac.
They called him the Chads. But anyways, whenever I talk about this, people, they're like, oh, they're terrorists, they hate women. It's like, well, there's something to it. Like, okay, that's the extreme shit, right? There's still something to it that, like, I feel like Tinder and all these apps and stuff and the internet is, like, totally changing how people date and how relationships are working.
My opinion on that is I don't think people can have real relationships anymore. I feel because, for example, if I was a girl, right, I would look at you and be like, hey, you're really funny and cute. I'd want to date you. And then we'd date for a couple weeks, and then I would find someone who's more cuter and more funny.
Yeah, so the incels call that, like, hypergamy.
Yeah.
It's like a word for it, like trading up.
Yeah. So, in my opinion, nobody is ever going to be great. There's always going to be somebody better. So when you're in a relationship, this is why my girlfriends always break up with me, because after 2 weeks, I'm just like, you know what? Why should I try to be Prince Charming all the time? I just want to be me. You either like me or not, you're going to leave me anyway. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, so, but some guys have it where like they get away with it for like 2 years, and then they knock up, and they're like, oh great, now I have an 18-year-old problem.
Yeah.
They should change that to 60.
Do you want to have kids?
Do I? I think I would be a terrible dad only because when babies cry, I get very sensitive and I get meltdowns.
Oh shit.
And I start crying like a baby.
Oh god. 2 babies.
Yeah. And like I put my hands over my ears and I'm like, oh my god, put the baby down. You know what I mean? Something like that.
Yeah.
Just get to stop crying. I feel terrible saying that because it makes it seem like I hate babies, which I don't. I just hate it when they cry.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Fortunately, if you're a baby, you're crying 50% of your life.
Babies hate you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're like when they see me. I think babies can tell when people are sensitive to their sounds because like a baby will just look at me, right?
Yeah.
And then I'll be like, don't you cry.
Yeah.
If you cry, you know what I mean? All of a sudden they start crying.
Yeah,
you know?
because you're
And
threatening them.
Yeah, but it's like I think they could sense that. I think babies are smarter than we think they are. That's why they could crawl.
I want a baby.
Yeah.
People, it's weird when you tell people that and they're like, you're crazy.
I want a baby.
You're crazy for wanting children like everyone else in the entire world and all your relatives have done. You're crazy. So I don't think that's crazy at all.
Yeah, I think he'd be a good dad. You could see him at a comedy.
At what?
You could see him when they do comedy.
Well,
And then they get, like, the host could screw up your name.
see, my problem with a baby is I would always want it to be like the best. Like with because I had these little brothers. Like I have half brothers and they're much younger than me. Like they were born when I was like 20, 22. So I wanted I was like, man, we should like be, from day one, like let's make this the best skateboarder, whatever, the best pianist. Like that's
get him
all
on
I was.
wheels.
Yeah, I was like, why aren't, and then I learned, I guess, to the kid growing up, it's like, oh, you don't just do that. You just force them to do. But why wouldn't you do that? Don't you want to do that some way? Like,
No, I do. I just don't want
so
to deal
cool.
with it when they cry.
yeah, well,
So that's the consequence I
do
have.
a kickflip.
I would love to have a child because, I think I'd be a good dad until they start crying.
Yeah,
Then I'd be a bad
you
dad.
just run away.
But I actually do have a half sister, and she's actually my real sister. I just call her my half sister because she doesn't have any legs.
Oh my goodness.
Right? Boom,
Very
boom.
nice. Very nice.
Very nice. But you have a great cannibalism joke.
Oh, thanks, man. That's a new joke. I just tried that a week ago, and I really like it. You ever get a new joke and you're like, man, all my other jokes suck? I think that's the only good one I've ever had. That's what I feel about that joke.
Yeah.
It's a weird feeling.
So it's like your favorite joke.
It's like my favorite joke, but it's such a favorite joke that I'm like, oh, it's the only good one I've ever wrote.
Right.
So all the other ones, oh, I didn't write any good ones before that. I guess that's just like extreme pessimism, right?
You want a writing tip?
Sure.
Okay. So write all the jokes that you have done in a journal, and like for example, this is what I do, and I will I'll change the punchline. So like I'll be like, okay, I'm not the kid from 2.5 Men. So then I'd be like, okay, if I make a joke about that, I have to say, I'm not Macaulay Culkin on heroin. You know what I mean? Like something like that.
Change the punchline.
Yeah, and it will really help you write creatively and write more stuff.
That's interesting. All right.
Yeah.
Sounds like a lot of work, but okay.
But that's comedy, baby.
Yeah.
You gotta make those people laugh. Speaking of work, you're actually an excellent ski hockey guy.
Air hockey.
Air hockey guy. Air hockey, ski hockey, whatever. But we were playing. You beat me 7-3.
I am a pro air hockey player. That wasn't a regulation table.
I didn't know.
In my defense.
Well, wasn't it? Because it was like it wasn't a real.
It was a
one.
bullshit table.
Yeah.
In a bullshit place. But no, I used to play that all the time.
Are you really a professional though?
Well, yeah. I mean, you can't be. I was just world ranked. It feels weird saying professional because it's not like I get paid.
Right.
Like a professional would. But no, I used to go to these tournaments in Houston, and there'd be like, I don't know, 50 to 70 people there, and you play, and it was so fun. I'm very competitive, so it was so fun, but people were really good. Like I never got to top 10. Like I went to a few tournaments in a row, really trying to get to top 10, and never got there. I think the highest I got was maybe 13, like 13 in the world.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was really cool because sometimes there would be people that would come from other countries.
Yeah.
Like the Venezuelans are really good.
Uh-huh.
So everyone would get all excited. Oh my God, the Venezuelans are coming. And they'd be like, they drove up here to play air hockey through their, fucking tattered country and
it's like
all the money they had.
Yeah.
So cool.
And you said you used to hustle people for money at bars.
I would hustle people at bars, but I always felt bad. I would just, because I would see a guy beating his girlfriend at air hockey, and
you should never beat the girlfriend.
you should never beat them.
Girlfriend.
You should love them. But I would always be like, oh, I'll play you for a beer. I'll play you for a beer, and then I'd beat him. But yeah, I never got that. It's so funny. I would idolize the number one player, and he's like a 16-year-old kid.
Oh really?
So I'd be all nervous.
What a fucker.
I know he's so good. He's got the fastest banks. But I would. I was always very nervous around him, and he's just a kid,
There was this guy who used to play in chess.
In chess?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm a chess player.
Are you?
Yeah.
Oh, so
you gotta break out a board.
I'm terrible at chess.
Oh man.
But
I used to teach it to kids.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Well, this is a story I heard. You could, if you know chess,
I love chess stories.
You could tell me if this is true or not. There's a little boy who was so good at chess. His name was Bobby Fischer.
Oh, I heard.
Right?
Hated the Jews. Yeah.
Yeah, he hated.
He was a Jew.
He was a Jew, but he hated the Jews.
He hated.
And he was the first guy to beat a computer at chess. And
I don't think that's true.
You don't think that's true?
I think you're thinking of Gary Kasparov.
Okay, but was Gary Kasparov a kid?
No.
Okay.
He was an adult.
There was a 13-year-old kid.
Yeah.
They made a movie about him. Oh, In Searching of Bobby Fischer.
Searching for Bobby, yeah.
Yeah.
Movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. But there wasn't a computer in the movie.
Yeah. He beat a computer.
But like a little handheld computer.
Yeah, that's still considered a computer though, isn't it?
Okay.
Right?
Yeah, but that wasn't Bobby Fischer in the movie.
No, it was an actor.
No, but it wasn't even an actor playing Bobby Fischer.
Yeah. Who was he playing?
it was like searching for the next Bobby Fischer.
Oh!
You gotta rewatch that.
I don't even know where to find it. It was made in '93.
Wait, what's the point?
I was just saying, it was a good story.
You're just gonna give the synopsis?
Yeah.
Well,
The guy from Criminal Minds was in it.
Lawrence Fishburne?
Yeah, no, not him. Joe It starts with an M.
Montana.
Yeah.
You're bad with names.